Well, my dear friends, I'm back again. Hopefully you liked Valentin's part. I think that the figures are amazing. And it's amazing that the company shares the profits with its partners. It is a working company with so many partners who every day learn and understand more and more, understand its value. And why I'm talking about the value? Because this is the style of life, the philosophy of our company, the style of life Andrei Khovratov presented to all of us, our CEO. So he is the dream maker. He is a visionary. So he is the one, when he closes his eyes, he sees 15% of the global population in our community. And it's easy to find, to select anyone when 15% of the global population follow him. I do know there are a lot of problems, but there are big dreams. When our company is large, we will have very high achievements. But it's important to be together because our company is a community. One person is not a warrior in the field, but should we have 10 million or 15% of the global population in our army, and they all develop and invest into their development, financial education, knowledge of how to earn money and reach a higher level, they may learn that the company we develop has all these values. And large networkers have no knowledge, such knowledge as we do. They have no understanding of how to grow your capital. Whereas this is what Andrei shares with us through his 8 rules of a private investor. He trains us not to be simply a co-owner, but to officially regulate and govern our activities in different countries as a professional investor. He trains us and equips us with the knowledge we need to become financially sound. And this is a gift from Andrei to all of us, the chance to see that we are the elite. We could be in the world of professional investors. And I always say that you should be grateful, we should be grateful to our CEO for what he did and for the opportunity he offered to become a successful person. You will become a successful if you, on a routine basis, follow the system, apply the average tools and instruments, as well as when you understand clearly how it works. Dear friends, I always tend to say, Andrei is a big dreamer. He is a dream creator. And when he speaks with all his passion, and he explains where we go, what future to expect. Do not judge us, but support us. Work with us to make sure that this journey is a reality. And let's support our company. So Andrei Khovratov, he is the best person we encountered on our journey. Quite often, he makes us full of tears, and I hand over to him. Andrei, the floor is yours. Hello to everyone, dear friends. Today is a good day. In Kazakhstan, I congratulate you on the day of independence. Then today is the 16th of December. And following all these esoterics and all the other rules, so from the 16th to the 21st of December, this is the best time to make big plans. So I do encourage you to make your plans, your dreams, your goals, being in positive spirit. I understand that you can hear me all, you can see me. Well, once again, good evening to all of you. Well, dear friends, 14 days left before New Year, 9 days before Christmas. So to Orthodox Christmas, 21 days. But we are in the spirit of New Year and Christmas coming. And I know that in the US, Europe, despite the lockdown and the elections, there are these Christmas trees, people are buying presents, and there are a lot of sales on the internet. And therefore, what Valentin announced, it's like a New Year related gift. We thought to announce it afterwards, but last year we paid out almost 900,000 as the profit bonus, but this year it will be over 1.5 million. And the plan for the next year for profit bonus actually to pay them monthly as we planned and wanted. And they will be because of the expansion of our business segments in fintech, financial technologies. But I will answer your question about the public exchange and blockchain and the sales of security tokens. All these three things are interlinked. The back office of UGPay Group for the sales of security tokens is almost ready, but to avoid the mistakes made before, look, I was ill a little bit. The corona affected me. So the antibodies actually have been developed. I was even in hospital for 3-4 days and studying the genealogy or why this corona emerged. And from everything I studied in 3 days, I came to a conclusion that coronavirus is a quantum genetic system created by the mankind. And it means that we should have a very strong consciousness, level of consciousness, to combat this evil. And I started to develop some schemes, and I will study them in more detail to conquer this evil. And look, if coronavirus is a king of the viruses, and if to create the anti-coronavirus, then all the viruses available globally, they will actually don't bother you. It's like in MacBook, no viruses because there is no space for them. And many things happen by developing your health and soundness. And therefore, in case you get infected, don't be scared. It's not so horrible. So you simply need to treat it well. If you fall ill the second or the third time, this is because you didn't treat it fully. But let's come back to the subject matter of our topic, why blockchain and sales of security tokens and public exchange are interlinked. So the exchange has been designed, and we recruited a company for the audit of the public exchange, and the audit will not take 1-2 days. There was a preliminary audit, and actually my concern was that they will dislike it, but they said, look, this is the working mechanism, the public exchange, and 70-80% of it is to be transformed. Particularly, it applies to cybersecurity issues because based on the experience of the public exchange, because of the misconduct of the developers, or they did it intentionally, I don't know. Look, they did some non-acceptable things which developers shouldn't do, and it made our exchange actually vulnerable. And the increase of money, which is not available, by the way. And Igor Korsun, it took some time. Eventually, they found it out and they revealed this, why it happened. I don't know whether it was by negligence or specifically they did, so intentionally they did to actually create some loopholes to steal money, roughly speaking. And it's great that in September we launched our internal exchange and got this experience, because otherwise, should we launch it without testing and without proper cybersecurity, then we could be actually hacked. And on the internet, there are a lot of descriptions that those who actually design the crypto exchange, then they steal the money. But now this audit company will design our audit, our cybersecurity for the hackers to have no chance, and former developers of this exchange, when they enter, so they have no chance to enter our public exchange. We talked to our new partners in fintech. They made our payment system, Global Unit Pay, and it's done adequately. Look, if a person, if a worm enters, it is blocked and it is actually killed. If he enters, it enters one room, the other room is closed and it is suffocated. It is choked down. So this is roughly speaking. But look, we are in the process of audit, and in January, blockchain, we were promised that in January, blockchain and public exchange will be launched. And starting from the 11th of January, the test sales of crypto tokens will be launched. So we selected some testers, the support service, our leaders from the regions, and they will be able to test as we test the payment system, which will be activated from the 5th to the 7th of January 2021. As pertaining to the payment system, it was not smooth at all, not technically, but HR related. We recruited people, paid remuneration, but they actually spoiled it. And it took us another week to find new director. So we hired very powerful professionals, compliance officers. They are responsible for user verification, and since our users will be both individuals and legal entities, and there is a compliance officer working with legal entities and the other one working with individuals. So the payment system is functional, we are testing it, but we are doing it in a way that, first of all, those leaders and those companies that are connected now will come first, and not to overload a lot the regulator. Because all the processes we do pertaining to user verification, we should explain it to the regulator, and to avoid that in 1 week we have 10,000 people, as they will immediately pay attention to this. So therefore it should be balanced before New Year and after New Year's. And starting from the 11th of January, we plan to launch the sales. And after that, blockchain, 1 week after, at least it is promised now, 19th, 20th of January, and crypto exchange. When blockchain is launched, the people who either willing to buy or sell CIU tokens can do it, because on blockchain there are wallets where everyone can actually a token you can sell a token to any individual, transfer to any wallet. These are not peer-to-peer sales. These are peer-to-peer sales. They are not safe. And there was the exchange starting from March, when people actually could sell peer-to-peer, but it's not safe at all. And if you are not in a hurry, then you'd better wait for the launch of the crypto exchange. And there will be a pair CIU slash USDU, US dollar, our stable coin to $1. And now we plan to actually launch 4 currency pairs: USDU, UNTB, this is the exchange token, then Bitcoin CIU, and Ethereum. And quite likely, if you follow the news 1 hour ago, so Bitcoin actually exceeded the price 20,000. This is an interesting sign, meaning that now Bitcoin will actually jump rather high, and forecast in 2017, 2018 that it will reach 100,000, but at that time it dropped. But quite likely that in 2021 we will see the situation. Why? Because the economic crisis started January last year. It is artificially boosted. And in case Mr. Biden, becomes a president of the US, the crisis will continue. And it will continue for another 2-3 years, I believe. And if you remember the Great Depression of 1929, it was artificially done to actually steal the business of the financial emperors at that time. And in 4 years, the consciousness of the people dropped. And now, at the international level, they want to do something similar to that period. But look, I am still smiling, because this type of crisis, our team of leaders witnessed this. And if you understand what investing is, we were expecting this crisis to come in 2017. Therefore, we are fully ready, and our CIU token, and later on World CIU, these are those tokens to be traded quite soon. And within the next 3 months, it will be in the position between Bitcoin and Ethereum. And 1 year after, when world CIU is traded, the minimum price will be 10 US dollars at the exchange. And in terms of the capitalization, it will be rather high. And most importantly, what makes our tokens different is that they are backed by real assets. Yes, on the one hand, you may say that we didn't do a lot, 1.5 million in a year after investing 70 million. And in a year only, we invested in addition only 20 million, a bit less than 20 million, but 1.5 million divided by 74 million and multiplied by 100, we get 2% per annum. So this is the average indicator of average US companies. So they have 1.9, 1.2% per annum, quite low percentages, interests. Our goals are much higher, and I want to announce these goals for 2021. Why are we investing in fintech, financial technologies? And we will fully control it, and this is the guaranteed income. Valentin has already said this, and he is going to Switzerland. He will be the executive officer of our payment system, Global Unit Pay, and quite soon, the other day, he will start his role. I'm very excited that he will head it, as this is a very serious segment, and all the payments will be done through our system in our payment system. Those payment systems we cooperated with, we paid 10% for getting money. Look, when you pay with your bank card, you pay 4%, but we paid extra 6%, and totally it was 10, and it's too high. And the maximum percentage for our companies, for other companies, it will be 8% in this sector, and for our companies, maximum 6.5%. But since this is a payment system, and then when you get access to it, you will see that when you go to the Academy, Average, UGPay group, or any other projects in the back office, the system of payment will be solely this payment system, Global Unit Pay, available. And this payment system will enable us to earn money and share dividends. So using other payment systems, we only spent the money, even with the withdrawal to cards. So there was a commission charged, 4% charge at least. And these are totally different systems that earned on us. But here we will make our earning. This is our payment system.
And on average, we made the calculations and we saw that you will be both able to pay using your bank cards, and regular payment systems. And we realized that we can save a lot of money. When you pay with your bank card, the money goes directly to the bank, to the account. But we would like to use that option less frequently, because there will be 10% as a rolling stock for 120 days. That's what they do. Usually they withhold it for 180 days. They just simply freeze it, and they hold it because they think that it's their money to withhold in order to ensure against all contingencies. But in this case, the payment system is going to be our payment system. Nobody will be able to withhold any rolling stock. So whether you enter into our company through the Academy or the security token, or you gain technologies or digital doubles, doesn't matter what's your entry point. Average directly, you will be transferred to the payment system, you'll have to go through the KYC. The verification process is quite simple. You just make a selfie with a passport, you turn your head left and right, and that's how verification goes. Global Pass will assess the risk level that you pose. If it's Europe or United States, the risk level is low. If it's Eastern Europe or some other countries, it might be a medium risk, and the former USSR countries, it's usually high risk. So with the high risk customers, it's 6.5% commission, but you will be having your own bank accounts. And well, people are asking me, telling me that, Andrei, we have people who have clean, good money, like 1 million, 2 million, and they can invest it when the security token is launched. So will they be able to invest? Well, yeah, they will. Thanks to our own payment system, they will. And no money is going to be frozen. And you will be able to open your own bank account. And so what you do, instead of transferring money to a third party, you are transferring that same money, even if it's 1 million, to your own bank account, but in a different payment system. So no money is going to be frozen because of anti-money laundering or any other procedure. And then you can use that money to purchase security tokens. And the commission is going to be 1 to 1.5%. And that commission goes to the payment system. And we wanted to launch the crypto exchange and the blockchain and the sale of the security token by the 1st of November, and we needed to have a $100 million worth of turnover for the security tokens by the new year. And around 20 to $100 billion throughout the year worth of sales, and 50% of those sales would go for the purchase of the assets. And with fintech, we can make quite a lot of money. Like, let me give you an example. When we achieve 100 million sales, 1% stays with the payment system. It's $1 million per month. And then when it's $1 billion turnover per month, then 1% from the commission of the payment system is 10 million, of which 85% goes to us because it's our payment system. Then 15% goes as a bonus for the representative costs, the taxation, and 85% will be company's profit. So just imagine, based on voting system, part of it will go as a profit bonus, which is our dividends. Next, we have a liquidity insurance instrument too, both for our crypto fiat exchange. We're in the process of creating one. At first, we're going to use a third-party one, and then we'll create our own fiat crypto exchange point, because it was in our plans, original plans. Moreover, when we achieve the sales volumes that I was planning to have, we're going to buy a physical bank, not a e-bank, electronic bank, but a physical bank. The average cost of a physical bank is $50 million in Europe, in the United States. And this bank will have 10 to 15 different branches. This is also one of the fintech projects that we're going to have towards our creation of a financial group. And when we work with those systems, we will have guaranteed income from sales volumes at the level of 1% at least, and 1% for incoming money, and the 0.5-1% for the outgoing money. When someone tries to withdraw their money to their other accounts, it can be legal entities, physical individuals that are trying to withdraw their bonuses. And one more thing is that eventually it's going to be absolutely transparent, and all our partners who receive bonuses will be able to declare those bonuses as their legal income. They will have their own bank account to their own names, and you can claim that. Well, of course, in that case, you will have to pay taxes. That's a must, right? There was an unpleasant situation with one of our leaders, and they locked him down for 72 hours for some shady affairs. I would like to talk to that person and hear his story. It turns out that that person didn't pay taxes. He made a lot of money, but didn't pay taxes. And but I am not sure they can lock a person for 72 hours. There must have been some warning, or there must have been some criminal case opened against him. I don't know. It seems very, very shady. When I read why they wanted to lock him, I thought it was all really, really strange. And then our lawyers are working on it, and maybe everything will work out for the best. But just serves us as a lesson. If you don't pay taxes, there will be trouble waiting for you. But instead of avoiding taxes, you can optimize your taxes. It's a totally legal procedure. For example, I worked out a way not to pay tax as a physical individuals. I was ready to pay 6% as a sole proprietor, self-employed entrepreneur in Russia. Yet the lawyers showed me that I can enjoy 0% concession rate as the newly registered sole proprietor. And I'm sure that every country has such concessions if you know where to look for them. But guys, there will be a moment in time in the future when you will make a lot of money, and the existing financial system will try to freeze your money, to arrest your money, and will demand that you prove that your money is clean money. That's why we would like to create our own payment system, our own banking system, in order not to be accountable to any one of them. When we have $100 million turnover next year, we will buy banks, our own banks, in at least 5 countries, in order for us to avoid any problems with our own partners, with our own investors, when they start receiving dividend income, profit bonus, from the network. We want to avoid those problems, so we are getting ready. And all the partners and physical individuals that are going to receive profit bonus will receive that bonus, dividend income, officially. So guys, before you do that, please look into your taxation regulations in your own countries, how it works. But by the way, the legal policy that we are launching will also include taxation consultations, which will cover income from MLM. And even if you are not a distributor or a salesperson in our company, you will still have to declare your income as from the profit bonus. You will be responsible for it. At first, it might be small and it might be negligible by the taxation authorities, but then they will start paying more and more attention to you. For example, imagine, as planned, we're gonna have $100 billion in 2021. It's totally realistic. 1% will go to the payment system, which is $1 billion. And out of that $1 billion minus taxes, it's 850 million will be allocated to our shareholders. Let's say the voting says 35%, which is 297 million paid from our payment system only. And we also have crypto exchange, because some crypto exchanges make money from the commission on transactions. And commissions are charged when you top up your wallet, when you withdraw from your wallet. And some of the commissions will be charged on the exchange transactions themselves. Like Valentin said, when we have $100 million turnover per day, so it's 0.5% commission. It's quite a good commission. And then in 2021, our goal is also to have from 1 to 300 EduCafe restaurants, according to the business plan, when you open a restaurant within 3-6 months. we will have $2,000 net income from each restaurant for the first 6 months, and then from 6 months on, it will be $5,000 net income from each restaurant, and then add network to it so that you are able to receive your commission fee from the network as well. It's 10-15%, I think, will go to the network from the sales volume. I'm talking about EduCafe projects right now. I think we will be able to increase our sales volume by at least 50%, and the profits from each restaurant can be $8,000 to $10,000 per month from each restaurant. And part of it will go as a dividend income as well, will be allocated as dividend income as well, and on top of the exchange and the payment system. And you have to get ready to declare that income, and you'll have to pay taxes. There are people that say, move my money to a place where I don't have to pay taxes. But guys, there is no such place on earth. If you receive even cryptocurrency, then exchange it into fiat money, you'll have to declare that income and pay your taxes. No, the time when you could make a lot of money on cryptocurrency and not pay taxes is over. You might be held very much accountable for it. And guys, don't call us saying, I'm sorry, I need help. I have problems with the taxation authority. I didn't pay taxes on my crypto assets. So guys, you need to prepare yourself. If you have income, you will have to pay tax on it, but you can always optimize your taxation. Not avoid, but optimize. And that's why we're going to have legal policy that will help you optimize your taxes. Let me give an example in the United States. It's you can optimize your taxes really, really good there. The state might even owe you after you optimize your taxes. There are some really pretty schemes. I remember in 2006, I took a training on real estate, and I looked into the taxation in the United States, and I told them, guys, you're living in a paradise here. You can make money off taxes. So instead of you paying taxes, if you optimize and do everything neatly, the state will have to pay you. You're living in a nice house, you're driving a good car, you might even have a boat or a private jet. And then if you formalize it all nicely, you will still be owed by the state. And it can all be done legally. So this is as far as our payment system is concerned. And I just showed you what we can earn from the payment system alone. Also, we're expecting very good income from our hedge fund that is going to be opened, I think, by June next year. And I think it will also be a source of guaranteed income related to the financial markets, especially with the insurance of liquidity. Today, we are in negotiation process with major organizations, and we will work with the companies in those countries that would like to digitalize their assets and maybe issue their own security tokens eventually. And we're talking about quite a lot of money here, quite big capitals. And our UNTB tokens, our utility tokens, will be in demand as well. UNTB at the launch of the exchange will cost 1 cent, but I think next year it will grow to $1 or $5 per 1 UNTB. And those who will receive UNTBs by staking your CRUs or world CRUs, it's going to be quite a good source of income. You stake your CRUs to get UNTBs that will be in demand. It's a utility token. And we've also made some changes to our investing strategy. We will mainly focus on the financial market with guaranteed income, where we can be in full control of the entire process. And let me give you an example. When creating a crypto fiat exchange point with the plans that we have, it's going to be the turnover of exchange turnover of 100 million per day, and it will be quite good income too. But in order to ensure that that income is there, we need liquidity. So we'll need to have $10 million deposited as liquid assets for a $100 million turnover, and it also ensures quite good capital gain potential. And the way I see it, it's 10% per month, the return on such investment. Well, minus taxes, of course. So it's not just words, that it's what you earn from the insurance of liquidity. So if you ever dealt with insurance of liquidity, you understand what I'm talking about. Well, if you don't, you can Google it up and see what insuring the liquidity is. It's one of the things that helps any token, any currency pair to be exchanged and to be on float. And for any currency to be traded well, you need to ensure the liquidity of that currency. And those companies and financial structures that ensure such liquidity, they make quite a decent buck, because it can be compared, I've been, exchanging money since I was a child. Well, not child, teenager. I remember when I first realized what currency exchange is when you go to the local port, and you buy dollars at 18-20 rubles, and then you go to a house nearby to the local shady exchange people, and you sell that same dollar for $30, almost double. And I remember when I first started exchanging, it was back in the early 90s, and I remember I made like $5 in one day, and it was quite a lot of money. And then out of those $5, I made $100. In early 1990s in Russia, this was quite a lot of money. That was insanely big amount of money. And it's also about trading. It's the ABC of trading. And we will also have trading. We will also have trading courses in our academy as well. So where was I? The financial institutes and the financial groups that ensure the liquidity, it's quite a strong guaranteed source of income. And if you ever had experience in working in the banking sector, you might know that there are situations when a person might call you and say, look, you work in the bank, we need money. We need to buy dollars. And they tell you how much you're ready to pay. And they say, well, this much. And then you say, like, why do you need them? And they say, well, we need that money to give to another bank. And if we do, they pay us percent on it, interest on it. And, they move money between banks. And I realized that you can make 25% per month on that. And I said, are they crazy to borrow money on that interest? And they said, well, they need money. That's why they're ready to pay you 25-30% per month. And I realized that that's a really good source of income. And I thought, why would they need money, so much money on such a high interest rate? And then I realized that the bank traded money on foreign exchange, foreign currency exchange, because of the some inside information that they have. But they knew that if they do it late Friday, and when on Monday morning the central bank announces the new rate, they make quite a lot of money on the difference, because they had that inside information. I realized that the petty dollars that I made from that exchange of dollars between the sailors and the exchange people, it was a child's play. It was nothing. You need to play big here. And eventually, when we have our own bank, we'll start conducting operations, interbank operations. And Banks can make money in two ways. The first way they make money is to issue loans and to put people in a debt. But we don't want to do that. We're going to provide services to our own companies in different countries. And then that profit will be allocated in our network. So you use our service anyways. You would pay for those services, but in a different bank. But in our case, you pay money to your own bank. And then part of the money goes back to you because you're a partner. It goes back to you as a dividend income, profit bonus. I'm not sure that anyone else did it before, but we surely are going to do that. And I totally see where the competition lies in the next 10 years. You will have to reward your own customer. If you don't, you're out of the game. And remember, we told you that we have Zoom shares and the shares of other companies. And I was surprised that there are companies that don't want to pay dividends to their shareholders. Alibaba, for example, they have quite a lot of money, quite a big income. In 16 or 18, they made a lot of money and they don't pay dividends. You made money because thanks to your clients. That's a big thing, thanks to a big army of your clients. Why don't you pay those clients dividends? Because that's the source of your income. And no, they don't want to share it. They say if they want to make money, let them sell their shares. But what if they don't want to sell shares? So, and I'm sure that the competition in 10 years will be to be able to reward your clients, to reward your partners, your customers. And I'm very glad that we're already ahead of the game. For example, Facebook, last year, you all heard that story. They wanted to create their Libra token, and there were 30 leading companies. Amazon was in there. Who else? Some tech companies too. So the companies were focused on consumer demand. And SEC, Security Exchange Commission, rejected Libra because they first raised money and then went to SEC. That was not the right way to go, though. But I think Facebook will not give up on the idea. They will, I think, have a second go at it. And eventually, Facebook is going to be one of the biggest competitors. So, just give us a second, okay? And of course, Facebook, what they wanted to do, they will eventually do it, I'm sure. And they're going to be direct competitors to what we do. But we will be able to keep ahead because we're going to always share. You saw it in Valentin's report. We made money from Avanti because we were selling tickets after all. We have $500,000. Those $500,000 will go to our partners. As for the Academy of Private Investors, we're going to have a rebranding presentation on the 19th December. We made this video also, but I'm not going to tell you about the Academy's plans now. We'll tell you about it on the 19th. And what are we going to do in the education sector? No other company ever did it. There are some companies that tried to do it, and they will try in 2022, 2023, launch their IPO. You must know, be aware of our plans that we're going to have the IPO of our academy by the 10th anniversary of our company, 2021. So on the 19th, guys, I will share those plans. If you want to hear, be there. So what else do we have planned for the 2021? So I did cover blockchain and the exchange, and what else? Those of you who plan to sell their tokens cheap, I don't know what the price is going to be. At the opening, the price will be 20 cents, I guess. But 20 cents is not gonna stay. I think it will hold for a day or two, and then it will start growing. There will be a lot of investors, private investors, institutional investors that are waiting to buy off CRUs to place them on staking at 8%, 2.5%, 8%, depends. And the price is going to grow, and we won't be able to hold it down. But there will still be people who will sell them cheap. Guys, I'm talking to you. Imagine you have a goose that lays golden eggs, and then realize that those golden eggs turn into small geese that start laying eggs, golden eggs of their own. And you want to sell that that goose? I don't think it's wise to do so. And remember my speech at GoPro, and I'm very glad that we had so many people saw it and hear it and heard it and realize what network is all about. That's why I'm so much in love with network marketing. And let me tell you this, as the intervention and the professional investor, network is the only investing that is self-growing, self-developing, that ensures just insane capital gain. I remember I gave you the example of Armand Mournix, who invested $1,000 6 years ago into his own education. Over time, over those 6 years, he made $2 million. So divide 2 million by 1,000 and then multiply it by 100%, then multiply it, divided by 6 years, then 12 months and 30 days. And you will see his capital gains per day. It's more than 30% per day. Well, you can do the exact math yourself. And at the same time, Armand, I'm not going to tell you the exact figure, he might say it himself, but he has assets that are much more worth than what he made over those 6 years. You might tell me, well, Armand is one of a kind. People told me that I was one of a kind. It turns out I'm not. There are people even better than I am, because you know that Armand spoke at GoPro as one of the best speakers, and I never spoke at the GoPro stage. Mila Surdukova, too. And any of you can become like them or better. That's why the network is the best, the most reliable, and the most yielding and fast-growing asset in the world that can be compared to any other asset. Another reason why it's an asset, I called it an asset. So look, you know, we always talk about 15% of the global population. That's what I tell myself before I go to sleep. That's what I tell myself when I wake up. 15% of the global population. I sometimes even have dreams about 15% of the global population within our ranks, and me going across the world talking to our partners. But I think within the next 2, 3, 5 years, we're going to have more than 1 billion people. Now, let's crunch some numbers. You can do it yourself. Take a pen, take a piece of paper, and you'll see what client network is. When we have 1 to 2 billion people, let's say 2 billion people, that will use our marketplace, you gain. We already we're about to launch. Katie Mall, it's our marketplace that we invested. So on average, we will have sales volume of $1 to $10 per person. So multiply 2 billion per $10. It's $20 billion per day within our ecosystem, with the net income of 10 cents to $1. But there will be sales because someone goes to the restaurant, someone goes to the supermarket, someone goes to the crypto exchange, some financial markets, someone goes to the clothes store, and all those points outlets will be part of our ecosystem, and will be both owners and consumers. This is 2 billion per day multiplied by 30 days. You can see how much money it is. And what if we are 5 billion, and in that ecosystem they buy something? If they on average, let's say, buy $1 to $10 purchase, well, $10 purchase usually, then multiply it by 5 billion, it's $50 billion per day. That can be the average turnover from different areas, and then multiplied by 30 days in a month, then divided by 70 billion tokens that are scheduled to be issued, with 80 billions in total, because 10 billion tokens will be kept by the company to ensure liquidity. Because if someone wants to raise the price, we will use that rolling stock to lower the price, and the other way around. Do the math. This is what's the income per one token. I think it will be around $3 to $5 per token held. But if we are within the same ecosystem, those 5 billion people, we can influence the consumer demand. What does it mean? If we want to make money, if some country, in case some country needs investment for development, and we sign an agreement with that country saying that we are going to provide investments to that country as a financial institute, and by then we are going to be a financial institute, then we will be able to agree with the people in our ecosystem saying, guys, let's increase the profits by 10%. And we will make more money off it, and then we can invest that income into the economy of that particular country that needs such investment. So we can both influence the consumer demand, we can plan the income as well. And it will be a win-win, because all of us are in the ecosystem and are also co-owners of that system. Sooner or later, the humanity will come to that, whether they do it with our help or without our help. But I envisaged it in 2006, 2007. I thought that that's how the society needs to develop in the new economic evolution of the world, new economy of the world. That's when wars will stop. That's where we're gonna have an incentive for development. Because if there is no incentive, there will be no development. A society starts to fade and destroyed because their brain turned into jelly, and that's what happened in the USSR, and that's is happening in many other civilized countries too. When the living standards became so high that some reverse trends started happening, and we are just are at the introduction of those changes. That's why we're working on the improvement of our minds and way of thinking. Also, within our plans is to create a financial brokerage portal. It's a platform which you can use to buy any kind of instruments, financial instruments. You can build your own portfolio, and you can train too beforehand. You can create first a virtual portfolio, test it out, and then you can start investing your own money. I told you already that we were planning to set it up, the financial brokerage platform, and starting next year, we're going to start working on it. And according to our plans, in June, that platform will be launched. It's if you know, in Russia, it's Tinkoff investment. It might be something similar to Robinhood in the United States. So you can go to that platform and buy literally any financial instrument from any country, the United States, Russia, England. But our instrument, our platform will be suitable both for investors and traders. because it's very important to have both people who invest and people who trade. And many people who went to GoPro speakers, they said, well, cool, they all talk about marketing, network marketing, but never anyone of those speakers mentioned investing. We're the only one who work in the area of investing. So 2021 is going to be a crucial year, but you need to focus on your own dreams, need to focus on your own objectives. We might become a big country and make 20 to 100 billion dollars in 2021. Well, my personal goal is 100 billion dollars, and it is possible if we have people, at least 15% of people in our network who are going to dream big, think big. Maybe you never even dreamt of $1 million. So just imagine that you have $1 million and start spending it. Just try to break it down how you are going to spend $1 million. And you're going to get that million only when you're able to imagine it, and only if you know how you're going to spend it. Everybody wants to be a millionaire. People say, wow, Bitcoin is $20,000 now. What if I bought it when it was $5,000 ago, half a year ago? I would have made 400%. But this is not dividend income. This is simply the income that you get on the difference. And that's not our way. Our way is to ensure lifelong dividend income. We want people to buy to keep, not to buy and sell. And we will have a summary meeting for the entire year. We will prepare quite an interesting presentation for our a 4-year vision. We'll show you in which sectors we already grew roots and are standing on our firm feet, and in what sectors we're going to invest. By the way, we had a meeting with our basalt plant. They already started producing the first raw materials, the first products, the so-called the rebars, and in order to scale it up, I think we'll invest some more. And there are some also pre-orders for other products from basalt, like pipes and high pressure vessels. So basalt technologies were the topic of our discussion negotiation today. And I think we're going to launch security tokens for the basalt production separately. And an investor will be able to purchase the security tokens of the basalt plant. And India is going to be, I think, one of the sites where we're going to set up basalt production plant. I think maybe March or April. We first went to Dubai, Armand and I. We talked with a quite rich family in Dubai, top 10 families that are involved in construction. I think they're responsible for building 35% of the entire Dubai infrastructure. And we're quite interesting in the basalt technologies as well. We're preparing a presentation for them, and our basalt partners in March, April will go there and we'll make a presentation to that Dubai family. And quite possibly we're going to have a basalt factory either in Oman or in Dubai, Arab Emirates, because they have quite rich deposits of basalt. So we might set up a factory there and not to spend money on the transportation. So Saudi Arabia, Arab Emirates, Oman, they will need quite a lot of construction materials, but not also like construction materials or construction sites. They will need a lot of materials for other purposes, not only construction. So in Kazakhstan, they are running elections right now, and that's caused a delay in the launch of our diamond production facilities. Also in December, we're gonna have our first movie trailers, our own movie trailer. Nurlan is the CEO assured us, and then I think January, February, that's where the movies are going to be distributed. I think it's India or China, Indian and Chinese market. So guys, you now know our plans. You saw the performance of the fund too, and you know, if you get money, you should be happy. If you good, if you get big money, be happy in the big time. So no matter how much you get, you still should be happy. And this applies to the profit bonus, our dividend income. No matter how much you receive, we should be happy about receiving it because it's money that you didn't have and it's now the money that you have. It's pure passive income. So the 1st of January is going to be our next stage, and it's going to be 40 cents per token, and in February it's going to be 50% per token. And then I think after the UGPay group back office is launched, EAPs will still have CRUs in them for around 10 days, maybe 7 days, and then there will be no CRU points included in the EAPs anymore, because when investors go to the UGPay, they will take several days of verification and topping up of the wallets. That's why we're going to still, there will be still some days during which CRU points will be included in the APs. So I think it will be 7, 10, maybe 12 days after the UGPay group back office is launched. Still, EAPs will include CRU points, and that's when everything is going to stop and security tokens will be purchasable only from the platform. So let me take some of the questions, guys. Do I have any kind of a table with all the questions in it? Just give us a second here. Someone is saying that there is no sound in the Russian room. Is that so? No, it's definitely, guys, if you don't have sound, it's at your end. So someone said financial system, it's Visa, MasterCard, or are we going to have our own plastic cards? Yes, we're going to have our own branded bank cards. It's MasterCard. And then we'll have Visa within 3-4 months. We'll be able to use both Visa and MasterCard. And then there will be Union Pay too within half a year. But those cards, MasterCard at first, will be branded. It's Global Unit Pay. There will be 3 categories of cards: a common standard card. There will be some limitations on the transactions. We will announce everything later. I think early January we're going to have a webinar and we'll tell you what kind of cards you can order. Then we'll have a gold card with quite big limits, and then there will be an elite card, metal one. And people with small bonuses, you will get a standard card. It will cost, I think, 26 euros plus annual fee. So depending on the risk level that you're assigned. If you're a European, then you will have a low risk, you'll be a low risk client, and I think you'll have one tariff. If you're medium risk, there will be another tariff applied to you. India, Russia, Vietnam, usually they are treated as high-risk clients, and there will be the highest tariff applied. I think it might be overall, it might cost 45, 50 euros. Gold card will cost, if I'm not mistaken, 20 or 200, 250 euros with very big capabilities, possibilities. There are no limits almost. And the elite card will cost, if I'm not mistaken, 500 or 800 euros. It will include the insurance policy too, priority pass. It's very valuable to those who take take flights often. There will be some VIP lounge, and there will be no limits on it whatsoever. You can withdraw up to $100,000 per month. You can transfer almost $1 million, and there are no commissions whatsoever for using that card. So all the information about those cards will be published, I think, early January. We're going to have a webinar, and still the cards will be issued after the 10th of January, so there is no rush. Please pay attention to the news. Tether cryptocurrency, USDT, has some problem from the prosecutor's office, United States, and we are going to use USDT? Well, not exactly. Tether is not the only stable coin. There is USDC too. And that problem with the US prosecutor's office, it's been ongoing for half a year now. We know about it. We're aware of it. So don't really concern yourself with it. It's under control. So people about asking Shicard. Well, we have Ugain. Ugain is way better than Shicard, and it offers wider functionality than Shicard. Hello, someone says, our portfolio is not balanced. Why don't we invest investors' money into cryptocurrency and Forex too, with the risk management? Because this is the biggest income. Why not invest more in it? So Alexander asked that question. Look, I have a lot of experience in that area. And remember, I mentioned ensuring liquidity. Unfortunately, many companies don't have enough liquidity in the foreign currency market. And if we go with the money that we handle right now into cryptocurrency, the cryptocurrency will go down immediately. As soon as you move $1 million there, it will be the end. As for the forex exchange, I know what how foreign exchange works. I don't know how much money can be made. I remember as a trader, I made quite a lot of money in 2 years. I had a bot. I traded manually as well. And I had to withdraw bit by bit in order for the account not to get blocked. So this is just an illusion that you can make a lot on it. The only place you can make a lot is without any problems with withdrawal of funds is stock market, I think. We do have trading strategies with futures, indices, but it's day trading. And that's why we're gonna have a team of traders that are going to work in day trading. In day trading, you can make 0.3 to 3% per day. But in crypto and Forex, the fluctuations are the volatility is very high. And when you say risk management, it doesn't really work. So let me give you an example. What we want to become. Imagine there are bets on sport. There are people who bet on one team or another team to make some money. So that's what traders are like. There are people who bought the ticket, right? To go and see a match, a football match or a soccer match. There are people who are fans. They pay money to become, to go and see the match. And there are stadium owners. So no matter what team wins and what team loses, the stadium owners always win. And we want to become stadium owners and not football players or spectators or booking agencies, betting agencies. And also, in order to prevent people from losing their money, we're going to have qualification procedure as well. We don't really need to invite a third-party broker when we're going to set up our own financial brokerage platform. We're going to build our own football field, and then we're going to share the profits from that football field across our shareholders. This is what I call guaranteed source of income. Just let's make a small comparison, just a small comparison here. We give 10 million and start trading on Forex, okay? You're saying risk management, blah, blah, blah. Risk management is to using stop losses and take profits, right? But the market is a tricky thing, and no matter how much you trade, and I remember I stopped using stop losses and take profits. I had my own plan when I should exit and when I should enter. When I reached that plan, that was a signal for me to stop, for example. Usually I trade 5 to 10% from my capital. And if I lost, I equalized, and I never went into the really red territory, negative territory. Especially, it's very dangerous when you start using a leverage. You might lose everything at all, altogether. Now, that's trading. Now imagine a company that ensures liquidity, and we will be making guaranteed income because we'll be in a position to buy cheap and sell high, buy low, sell high, and also make charge commission on that, on all of those operations, all of those transactions. And now, Alexander, my question to you, what is better, to make a guaranteed 1% per day, maybe even 0.5% per day, or to play around with risk management and the so-called big income from trading, crypto trading and Forex trading? You can make big income, but you can also make big losses there. So I vote for low but stable income. I want us to have the guaranteed return, and then I want to allocate that guaranteed return across all of our token holders. So could you please give us a more detailed answer on the exchange and blockchain? I think I did. Someone said that we have only one person working in the fund activities, exchanges, etc. No, we have an entire team. And we have Harry Naroon, and we'll have an entire team of traders working on the American market. We have some free money on the Indian market and Australian market, and we have a team of traders who are interested in cooperating with us. They also became our investors, and they want to manage assets through trading, because as I told you, there is so-called day trading, and you can have a loss of 1%, 2%. It's a tolerable or acceptable risks, but you can make up to 2% too. And then instead of, for example, giving $1 million to one trader, you can give $100,000 to 10 traders. Some of them will make a profit, some of them will make a loss, some of them will break even. But the overall return per day will be 0.5 to 1.5% per day. So no, we never use the services of one person. We have one person working in Russia. Yes, I gave him a specific task by March also to set up his own team of at least 5 traders. One person, it applies only to Russia, and also for a very short period of time. So someone says, Working with stock is a different situation. I'm not sure what you mean. Okay, let me explain you our stock market strategy. I think it will be better. We are buying instruments on different markets, trying to diversify, and then we see what's going on. For example, we see that the dollar grew compared to Russian ruble to, I think, 78 rubles per dollar. And we had a $120,000 income on that exchange, on that difference alone. And if you know how to use technical analysis, you know that there will be some downward trend. You wait before that downward trend, you fix your profit, you take profit, right? Then you wait for it to drop, you buy, and then you wait for it to go up again, and that's your profit. So again, it is indeed stop loss, take profit. We did the same with Zoom. We bought Zoom, we waited for it to grow, we locked the price, we waited for Zoom shares to drop, we bought more, and then it's on the upward trend again. And now instead of, for example, 200 shares of Zoom, we have 205 shares of Zoom. So instead of selling, we can, for example, buy more on the difference, and we can have 20% more shares by the end of the year. And I think Zoom, after a small drop, grew again. And the same applies to Tesla. First, Tesla grew, I think, by 15% at least. And then Gazprom shares too. Gazprom showed 12% increase in literally 2 weeks. And if there is a correction, we will exit, then Gazprom will go down, and then we'll buy more, and we'll have more shares eventually. That's our strategy. Well, there might be risks. For example, we bought Zoom when it was expensive, and then Zoom goes down. But Zoom is a very promising company still. And there is some analytics telling you that it's going to grow. And even if it doesn't, we might have a 10% loss. If we need liquid assets all of a sudden, we can sell Zoom. Okay, we lose 10%, but Zoom is just a piece of our portfolio. It's not our entire portfolio. If Zoom shows a loss, there will be like other 90 instruments that will show a profit and will equalize the losses. And also, we can buy stocks of foreign companies in the Russian exchange with the Russian rubles. And look, if for example, the ruble devaluates compared to dollar, we both make money on the increase of the shares price and on the foreign currency difference. So it's double source of income. And then we decide whether we want to sell or lock the price. And moreover, we never lose leverages, although we are very often offered to use the leverage, but we don't risk it unless we know for sure the behavior that a foreign currency pair or stock is going to show. But it's a very rarely that happens. So for now, the dollar is 73.5, and it used to be 73. If we see that the trend changes, we're talking about exchange rate, dollar to Russian ruble exchange rate. And it's all a part of our strategy too. So we'll have, as I told you, a trading school after the new year on the Western market from our Australian team. On the Russian market, there will be a trading school. On the US market. and we'll develop or create a team of traders who will use low risk strategies, and there will be some target indicators as to the profit rate that they're going to show. We might have a 1.5 loss, but it's not even a loss. A loss is when you buy shares, the shares go down and you sell them. That's when you really lose. But if shares go into the negative and you don't sell it, it's not necessarily a loss, because the share can also reverse the trend. People are saying, when CRUs start unlocking? I'm not really sure I understand your question. You mean bonus CRU? Because the unlocking process has already started. If we're talking about the bonus CRUs that you received under the marketing plan, the unlocking procedure has already started, is already ongoing. You might have staked them, and that's why you cannot get access to them. But realize that when we go to the blockchain, you will be able to lock it again. And you might have staked it at 2.5, 8%. Not really sure what you mean. The unlocking procedure is ongoing. Will Skyway investors receive bonus CRU points as you promised? Of course, yes. The table is already being developed. The whole spreadsheet is going to develop. We will surely announce the news, how many and who is going to receive the CRU points if you were a Skyway investor. So let me see what other questions we have. So Andrei, please work with your public speaking skills. Not really sure. Maybe your speakers are not good enough, because I think I'm speaking quite coherently. So let me see. Someone asks, were the bonuses accrued over the last months? I think they were. I might write to our Igor, the guy responsible for it, and ask him right now. But I'm pretty sure that the bonuses were accrued already. Let's see if we have any questions in the English room, because I think I've taken all the questions. Andrei, you have the form in your WhatsApp. So all the questions have been put in that form there. Someone says we bought 3 brokerage licenses. No, we paid money to buy a bank and 3 brokerage licenses. You know, the guy, let's say the entity that we had a contract with is now being prosecuted. And it turns out that that guy was quite a shady one. He has almost $7 billion worth of assets. So those assets are going to be arrested, and all the money is going to be returned to us. The lawyers are on it, because he did buy the bank at our expense. He created 3 brokerage companies. He launched the IPO, but it's not the standard IPO. It's like a sub area of Nasdaq. It's well, usually this is the IPO for companies that are not really promising. Some of them turn out to be quite good companies. So after the legal process is over, we will have our money back. We either have our money back twice as much as we invested, we paid 3.5 and he'll have to give us 7 million back, or he will have to transfer the entire ownership to us, the bank and the three brokerage firms that he bought. He opened the bank and the brokerage company, and he said he's in the process already, and he said as soon as we sell it, we'll give you the money. But you know, our lawyers are quite persistent, so we have a very good chance of either having twice as much money as we invested, or we'll have the entire deed to the bank that he bought at our expense. It's not a problem. So what's going to happen with Event staking after we go to the exchange? It starts a new, well, guys, all of you who made Event staking starting March, in March, you will start receiving your first accrued points. So when we go to the blockchain, it will be the same. Starting from the 30th of March, you will be receiving your 4% plus to your tokens that you will be able to sell on the crypto exchange. If I registered in the back office with my Russian passport, can I go through the verification using my European passport? No problem. You can, the verification in the back office is verification of our company, while the global pass in the payment system is a different thing. So if you use your European passport, no problem with that. You'll be verified using your European passport. But since you are the same person, so there is no difference what kind of passport you're using. But in this case, the tokens will be allocated to you using your Russian passport. So maybe you should switch your passports. I used to be a Ukrainian citizen. Now I'm Russian citizen, and I reformalized my back office. Someone is asking, will there be webinars and classes on financial and taxation literacy? Yes. Since our company is going to pay officially commission to our partners, so we will work on that, at least in 35 countries with the highest sales volume. Andrei, do you think the global emperors that rule the world be able prevent you from implementing our ambitious plans? I think we'll find a common language even with the financial emperors, because they are in a very tight spot right now. They will need our help. Some financial emperors need wars, because wars are a very good source of income for some people, for some financial emperors. Let me give you a simple example. Gaddafi in Syria. Those who are involved in the war, French, for example, French were the first to betray Gaddafi, and now, you know, they owed money. War is just a means to an end, and I don't think global emperors now are really concerned with us. We're not breaking any laws, and it is our ultimate gain to be fully transparent. And if we are transparent and follow the law, we follow the rules imposed by those financial emperors or regulators. So there is no way they can prevent us from doing what we want to do. We do not violate any rules. And I'm sure that we will be able to find a common language, because our goal is not to carry out a hostile takeover. We are facilitating business, and we will help those financial emperors not to simply preserve but multiply their capital using the new economic evolution of the world. You cannot, it should not cut down the goose that lays the golden eggs, or cutting the branch that you're sitting on. It's stupid. Where can we see that all those plants restaurants belong to us? For now, we have the American US-based CRU company, and all of the assets have been transferred to that company, sometimes in the form of an agreement. In case of the Ural Gold, CRU is the founder of that company. So I will ask the lawyers when we are able to show you the documents at one of our summary meetings. But I think we did have a summary meeting in March or April where I did show all the contracts that we had by then. And if necessary, I will bring up this topic again, and you'll see. And we were trying to put all the assets under one umbrella, which is CRU company, and that company will eventually become the single shareholder. And I will ask my lawyers to present it in a form that you can see it. So we now have a company that would like to invest $100 million into us. We signed the NDA, and they're doing their whole due diligence. They're doing their security check of us. We're doing our security check of them, because it's quite a lot of money, $100 million. So they were quite satisfied with our documents. So what's gonna become with the Skyway shares that are not converted? Well, the Skyway shares that are on our balance belong to you. And when Skyway goes to the market, we will allocate those shares to your name, and you can dispose of them in any way you want, provided they do go to the market. So there's a question from the Spanish chat. Hello, I have a question regarding the payment of bonuses and the dividends, performance bonuses and dividends. Are you paying both or one on either or? Well, those 1,500,000 that Valentin mentioned, you divide it by 29 billion tokens, so it's 0.00005 cents per token. So if you have 10,000 or 1 million tokens, it's $51. 10 million tokens is $510, if my math is correct. So we would like to have some kind of a ready solution for miners who bought financial education packages and have CRU shares in their portfolio. Can we allow them to work with UNTB? Should it be done through their guardian? Well, it's a good question. I think they will be able to go to the blockchain, because blockchain wallet does not have a verification block pass. We're talking about blockchain here, not crypto exchange. They go to the blockchain wallet, they stake their CRUs, they get UNTBs. I don't think there should be a problem. UNTBs are mined or rewarded for staking on the blockchain, not on the exchange. So there is no verification on the blockchain. When card payment system are going to be available? Okay. There are payment systems that still keep on freezing resources finally we started receiving our frozen money from the payment system that worked last year. But I don't want to get involved with the payment system anymore until we build our own, have our own payment system up and running, because they all charge too much and they all have the right to arrest our funds. That's how they work. Usually they use front companies and nominal directors, fake directors or front directors. And when I listened to the potential payment system that work with us, I told him, look, let us do our due diligence. We would like to check your company, check yourself as the CEO of the company. I asked for their documents and they didn't want to provide those documents. So should we really work with such shady people? I don't know how they managed to start their operations in the banking sector. Maybe they had some kind of connections, but most of them just freeze your money. And then if you claim your money back, they tell you, pay us more, and then we will give your money back. And this is not acceptable. No one should be able to suffer that. And I said, tell me the name of your real CEO. And they tell me, but no one in the payment financial systems discloses the name of the CEO. And I'm telling him, look at us. I mean, nobody's hiding. All of our names are out in the open. And when we're going to have our own payment system, it's going to stay the same. I think when we do launch our payment system, we're going to be their killers. I mean, metaphorical killers, because we're going to have good services. We're going to have good processing. Our company is based in Switzerland, not some kind of offshore jurisdiction. So we're not going to connect any bank card payment system, because if we receive 1 million or 2 million, they're going to freeze it using some pretenses, saying that your accounts are arrested because you're on investigation, blah, blah, blah. No, we don't need that. Last year, they froze our money for 540 days, calling us a financial pyramid. And I told him, but when you connected us, you didn't regard us as a financial pyramid. Now you received our $1 million, and now you call us a financial pyramid? Thankfully, we have a very good legal department, and we are now initiated a criminal case against them. And it's 5 to 7 years of prison for them. And our former financial director, is one of the suspects. So they will receive their comeuppance. So guys, we don't want to make the same mistake again. So let's wait for our own payment system to be up and running before we got involved with any third-party payment system. How can we receive a franchise EduCafe in Colombia and Argentina? For now, we're not going to have the franchise. We will first run it on our own account. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to launch security tokens for EduCafes. So there won't be any need to buy a franchise. And such countries as Colombia, Argentina, I think it's the best option. You launch a security token offering for the restaurant, and that's it. Because we want you to have profits. And if you buy a franchise and all of a sudden you don't get your profits, it might happen. It's going to be a very bad experience. So if you want to expand, we're going to do it through security token offering. That's how we're going to achieve 3,000 restaurants in 1 year. And if you need more, that's when I guess we'll think about launching either STOs, but I don't think it's going to be franchising, because the more EduCafes we have, the higher our capitalization is. So let me see what other questions we have here. Someone says, in my team we have people who received only 350 CRUs as a bonus. What's gonna happen to them if they earn or lose their CRU points? Why should they lose their CRU points? I don't understand. If they have those 350 gift CRUs when we move to the blockchain, they simply click the button, they go to the blockchain, they open their wallet, and all of those CRUs will appear on blockchain. Why should they lose it? Everything that you have, you get to keep. When World CRU is going to be issued, what should we do with the blocked tokens? Let me tell you what I'm going to do with my blocked tokens. The locked CRUs or World CRUs that I'm going to have, I'm going to exchange all of them into World CRU, because World CRU is a security token that in 1 year, 365 days, will start getting unlocked and will be traded on the exchange as a security token. And then the unlocked CRUs I will stake, and some of it I will keep for trading on our exchange, because well, you can make some money off it as well. We have still, when we had our internal exchange, they did trading, and they traded quite a lot. And they said, Andrei, how is it possible? I bought it at 10 cents and I sold it at 15 cents. So he bought $1,000 worth at 10 cents and then sold it at 15 cents and made $500 in literally 1 week. He was amazed. And you see, trading is also an important part of it. So part of the unlocked CRUs I will keep for trading purposes. And the locked I will turn into World CRU. 80% on staking will be paid starting from April, you say. Well, on the 30th of March, as we promised, when we move to blockchain, there will be staking that you can use. But remember that we allocated only 3 billion tokens as a reward for staking. So if you among the first, you'll get to enjoy it. Like first come, first serve, you know. Will any person be able to purchase gold card? Yes. By 2021, what's in your opinion is going to be the cost of the CRU, the price of the CRU? I think I told it at the last reporting meeting. I showed you our plan. So there is a delay of 1.5 months, so I cannot really make any predictions. According to my plans, by the end of the year, next year, World CRU should cost from $10 to $15. I think I have it somewhere. Just give me a second. I will show you some implementation milestones. So yes, according to my data here, it should be from $10 to $15, according to our plans. But there is a 2 months delay already, so we'll have to recalculate it all. We should have started at 35 cents on the 23rd of November. Now it's on the 21st of December, and then it's going to be 40 cents according to original plan, then 50 cents, although 50 cents should have been on the 1st of January 2021, and on the 1st of February should have been $1 already. So we will have to recalculate everything depending on the new schedule. So I think we will start depending on when we're going to launch it. But again, according to our plan, the price should have been $15 if we launched it on the 23rd of November. So if there is a 2 months delay, then I think it will be around $10 by the end of next year per token. Okay, let me see if we have any other questions, because not all of the questions get picked for some reason. There is a special form in here. So there are some problems people are saying with the topping up of your wallet, of our wallets, to pay for the EAPs. Well, And there are some problems with the withdrawal of money. Guys, there are absolutely no problems with the withdrawal of cryptocurrency. We are entering the world of cryptocurrencies. Why not use that option? You can withdraw your funds in cryptocurrency, and then you can turn that cryptocurrency into fiat money absolutely easily. We need to get started somewhere with the cryptocurrency exchange, with the cryptocurrency transactions. And the sooner the better. So what's going to happen when CRU is converted into WCRUs? CRUs get burned? Yes, that's exactly what happens. CRUs go to a special wallet, and if you exchange CRU to World CRU, those CRUs literally get burned. And that's good, because if there is little CRU left in the market, I think, according to my plans, there will be 100 million or 500 million left of CRUs. Then there will be quite good trading exchange for CRU because of its scarcity. How we can continue topping up our card? It's quite difficult. I already told you that we stopped working with our previous payment system because those guys we don't want to get our money arrested by those guys. Do you want really us to have $1 million or $2 million frozen before the new year, just because on the false pretense that they're checking the source of our money? You said that 2 billion CRU will be allocated in December for the SWIG clients. So what's the update here? All those former SWIG customers who met the requirements, who became VIP club members, we saw that out of 2 billion, only 300 million will be allocated. So I said allocate 500 million across all clients who were in SWIG. So 1.5 billion will be added to the staking pool because not all of the people met the requirements. So instead of 3 billion, we'll have 4.5 billion as a reserve pool for the staking reward. So guys, it's quite late already. In many countries, it's already late night. So someone says, what's the beauty of CRU if there is no staking? Well, so what's the beauty of Bitcoin today? What's the beauty of Ethereum? The same with CRU. It will be interesting just for the simple reason that you will be able to exchange it at any given moment into World CRU. And it will be interested in because you can receive Profi bonuses. Well, in 3 years, there will be no more loyalty program, but there will still be Profi bonus program. And CRU will be still a utility token that will be traded on the exchange. And its main value is that you can always exchange it into World CRU. So if 540 days passed and you still didn't receive anything, write to the support, because unlocked CRUs, all the unlocked CRUs have been accrued. If they're still not accrued, write to the support, mention your login, and ask what's the reason for that. Also, realize that 540 days. So we had the accrual on the 1st of May, the accrual under the marketing plan. So the starting point is not the 30th of March, but the 1st of May 2019. That's where the partnership and marketing plan gift CRUs were accrued. So the starting point for the unlocking should be the 1st of May. And if still 540 days have passed and you didn't receive anything, so check with the support. I will do my own check too tomorrow. Maybe not today, but tomorrow I shall. And tomorrow I will see it myself, because I thought that the question has already been addressed. It turns it not. It was not. So guys, it's really, really late. So I would like to wish you all the best. On the 29th of December, we're going to have to end of the year webinar. We will have some news to share. So I'd like to wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Remember that you need to plan your dream, to make your dreams and wishes, and they will definitely come true. And take action. Don't delay. Don't put it off. We're trying to do our best on our side. We're growing, as you can see. We're developing, and we will deliver our end of the deal bargain. So I'd like again to wish you Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and what's important is to believe in yourself and your own strengths. So bye bye, guys. And this has been Andrei Khovratov, and the next closed meeting will be, I guess, in January, also somewhere around 15th of January.